Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I am doing a video that I have been wanting to do for years and putting off because I don't know, I just feel like a show off. Just crazy when you spend your life posting online and then suddenly you're like, I feel like a show off. But today I'm going to be sharing my entire Chanel bag collection. I have had this video requested many times and I've shown a lot of my Chanel bags but never all of them in one video, and to be honest it feels really excessive, so please forgive me for how excessive it feels and probably looks. Yeah, I never intended to have this many Chanel bags. I just wanted one, and then suddenly I was like, I've got another and I've got another and I've got another and I've got a problem. So yeah, please forgive me that it looks really excessive and showy. They are bags that have been collected over like the last 12 years, and yeah, some of them were new, some of them are pre-loved. And yeah, I'm gonna show you them all in one go. So oh yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, so let's just dive in and see how we get on. So yeah, let's do it. So I've lined them all up on the floor, and I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I'm just gonna get in there and I will talk you through some different things as we go along. Oh my god, would you believe me if I said my battery is flashing? And this is probably going to be quite a long video. Okay, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to go change the battery and then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, I'm not 100% sure where to start, so I might just start with this one because it's the nearest. So this is the Chanel DeVille bag. I absolutely love this bag. I have used it so much. It looks pretty trash compared to like when I got it. It's got some wear and tear, like damage to the corners. It's marked, it's got stains, it's got Mary dribble on, but it's still looking good. Like, I love this bag, I love using it. It is one of my favorites. I really like it because it's really casual. It fits loads in and it's really light to carry. I think because it's canvas, you can just like throw all your stuff in. And I don't know, it just feels really effortless, and like people are like, oh my god, I love your bag, and I'm like, thank you. But it doesn't feel like too much of a showy bag. Like, it feels like a really casual wearable bag that I just genuinely love using, love wearing, and it's just great for traveling, shopping, just everywhere and anywhere. Never feels too much, but it also feels pretty cool. I have one of the original versions which doesn't have the double straps, which helps keep the weight down because I think the newer ones are a bit heavier. But yeah, I love this bag, really lightweight, really good, just a great easy bag. And yeah, I've worn it in summer and winter, and even though it's like sold as a peach bag, it feels like something I can wear in summer and winter, so I love that one. So that's my first one. And also I bought this one pre-loved and it cost, I want to say just over £1,000, which is a great investment because I think they're a fair bit more now, even pre-loved. So that is my first one. And then where should we go next? Let's go here. This is the boy bag. Yeah, I got this when my boyfriend had a birthday, and no joke, he bought himself a new car for his birthday. And then he went and bought me a new Chanel bag. I think he must have been feeling quite flush with cash. But yeah, basically that's when I got it. The chain is of course tucked in. It's not just like a weird limited edition version. Let me get it out to show you. I really like this bag. I've not used it in a while since I had Mary, but I used it quite a lot before. And yeah, it's just a really usable bag. Again, it's quite nice because it's quite a lightweight Chanel bag. Yeah, it's only got one flap. And it's actually quite comfortable to carry as well because you put the leather part over your shoulder so the chain never digs in. But yeah, I love this bag. I think the boy bag's really cool. I think it's still really relevant. I think it's still a great bag. And I've also got it in the chevron quilt, which I kind of prefer to the classic quilting. And I also got it in the antique silver, which I personally on this bag prefer to the gold. But you know, personal preference. But yeah, I usually go for the gold hardware on Chanel bags. But for this bag, I think it just suits the bag better in this kind of antique, almost gunmetal metal. I just really like it. You fasten it up like this by just clipping, unclipping, by pinching, and yeah, on the inside. It's quite a simple bag on the inside. It's just got like fabric lining. There's the label. I've got a bit of padding in. But yeah, it fits quite a lot in actually because it's not got the double flap. And I like that bag. It's a good one. So yeah, that's my next one. Okay, I think I'm going to go for this one next. This is the Wallon Chain Tote bag. Sorry, it's quite a big bag, but it's electric blue, metallic leather. It's so good. I bought this one at auction. It cost just over £1,000, which I think is an incredible price. I've used it quite a lot. I've actually used it as Mary's nappy bag. And yeah, I just think it's quite trashy. It makes me think of like Absolutely Fabulous. Yeah, I just really like it. It's fun. It's quite like a David Bowie blue. I like the metallic blue chain. It's quite fun. It's quite playful. It's unusual. It's quite a heavy bag to carry around because it's got so much chain and the chain is heavy. But at the same time, you can just put it over your shoulder and it's not so bad. But it's a good bag. It's very hip, very fun, very flashy, but almost like quite trashy. It's got the fabric lining. What have I got in my bag? It's got the fabric lining. There is the Chanel here, made in Italy, this one. And yeah, it's got a little bag clippy thing so you can like attach your keys in. But yeah, I use this as Mary's nappy bag and I just thought it was fun and cool, and it's still looking really good. I do love this leather in the kind of the metallic blue finish. Also, it's quite hard wearing, which I think is a really good thing as well, because some Chanel bags are of course quite delicate, but this is one that feels a lot more hard wearing, so that's cool. It's kind of almost like an aged effect leather. I can't quite describe it, but it's quite almost crinkly. And I think it kind of came like that rather than the fact that it's just old. Also, I paid just over £1,000 for this one. But as soon as I got it home, I saw that somebody was selling one in a different colour. I think a less good colour. For like, I think, God, about 2,000. So I paid a good price for that. Like, I was really pleased. Feels like a good investment. And I've used it quite a lot. So yeah, that is my next one. And then where should we go next? I've got quite a whole heap of black bags to work my way through. I might go here. This is of course the Wallon Chain. This is one of my most used Chanel bags. I just love it. It's actually one of those bags that fits in more in than you think, because you don't carry around a purse. It fits in the larger size iPhone. It fits in a charger, lipstick, keys, notes, money, whatever you want. And yeah, I just find it like a lot more practical than it looks. I always say that you don't get much more in the classic flat bag compared to the Wallon Chain. It sounds weird, but the Wallon Chain just has a lot more internal space, and because you're not carrying around a purse, it saves so much space, whereas the classic flat bag, you take up so much space with the two flaps, and then once you've got your purse in, there's just not that much difference in internal space. So I love the Wallon Chain. I recommend it all day long. When I bought mine, it was 1,800, but I think they're more like 2,800 now. They've gone up quite a lot, but I have to say it is a great bag. Great quality. I've worn it so much. And yeah, the wear and tear on it is pretty minimal. The caviar leather is really, really, really hard wearing. So again, would recommend this bag all day long. I've got it with the gold hardware. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I absolutely love it. And also you can wear it as a long shoulder bag and a crossbody bag. And of course you can tuck the chain in and have it as a clutch bag. I've got my chain tucked in because it's just been in my wardrobe. So yeah, that's kind of how I put it on my shelf. Whew, so that's my next one. I'm trying to do this quite quickly because I feel like I've got quite a few bags to get through. Okay, so here is another black bag. This is very much a winter bag. This is the Reissue bag and it's in kind of like a wool. It's almost like a boiled wool tweed. It's hard to describe. This was from the 1999 collection. It was a reissue for a more millennial woman. It's quite soft. It's not as structured, and when you wear it, it quite like bends with your body. Like it's not intended to be very structured. It's intended to be kind of almost like a soft satchel, and it's meant to be very comfortable to wear. It's meant to feel quite cozy. And yeah, I just really like it. Also, again, like some of my other favourite bags, it's quite a lightweight bag to carry because it's not made of leather. And the intention was that it wasn't going to be as heavy as some of the other bags because, again, it was made for like the new woman, the millennial woman, the gal on the go. There's also no back pocket on this one, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I got this one pre-loved. I think this was also around £1,000. Absolutely love it. It's a bit more subtle, like there is not much branding on the Reissue bag, but I think it's very much like a wealthy woman, if you know, you know, whereas women like me want more of a logo. You know, we like an in-your-face logo. But I do like this bag because when I don't want a big old logo, I think it's quite handy for just being a bit more subtle. So yeah, would recommend. Love this bag, and I love the fact that it's vintage and it's a bit more lightweight, and it's just really easy to carry, and like you can fit quite a lot in as well. So yeah, great bag. So that's my next one. Whew, I'm starting to run out of steam, you know, when you're like, there's more bags to get through. I told you I have a little bit more of a collection than I ever intended. So yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed to be doing this video, if I'm honest. So yeah. Okay, let's crack on. We've got more to go. So what should we go for next? Let's go for the GST. I've always loved this bag. I intended to buy it when it was in shops, and then it got discontinued before I purchased, which I was really gutted about because I actually wanted it in red, but more of an orangey red. And then I wanted it in the black with the gold hardware. And then both were kind of gone, sold out, discontinued. So I ended up buying this one at auction, and I got it from Chiswick Auctions, and I paid, I think, around 1,400 for this one. It's not really gone up in the time that I've had it, but I'm hoping that it will as time goes on. This bag, when it was in store, was actually quite an affordable bag, which I think is why they discontinued it. It wasn't much more than £1,000. It was really cheap for quite a big bag. But yeah, they discontinued it, which is such a shame. So now if you buy it on the pre-loved market, it is a fair bit more, but every time I see it in red, it's normally around the £1,500 mark. So I don't think that's too bad. I feel like it's a good bag to invest in. If you want a larger size Chanel bag, look out for the GST. The only criticism I would say with this bag is that when you carry it, because there's so much leather, it is quite heavy. It doesn't fill up quickly, but it gets heavy quickly. So yeah, it's a lot of caviar leather, a lot of chain, and it does get heavy quite quickly. So that's the only thing you need to be aware of. But it's a great bag, and one of the few Chanel bags that you can like fit a small laptop or an iPad into, which is a really cool thing about it. I have it in this kind of like darkish red colour with the silver hardware, which is quite rare for me. I normally go gold. It's got 3 compartments inside, and the middle section is zipped up, and it's got the Chanel branding on the zip, and it's got fabric lining, just in case anybody's wondering. Also, it's in the caviar leather, so it's nice and hard wearing. I've not actually used this bag a huge amount, I think because I don't have many clothes that are red or like go with red. Do you know what I mean? I think my wardrobe is more kind of like pink toned, but it's still a really cute bag. Still really like it, and yeah, it's a really fun one in my collection. So yeah, that's the next one. Whew. Okay, this next one is possibly one of my most recent purchases. I bought this one actually on eBay, which is quite rare for me. It's really hard to like photograph or film or whatever, but it's basically a big giant hobo tote. It's actually made of vinyl, and it's not wearing that well, which is fine. I bought it kind of trashed, and I got it really cheap, so I was like absolutely fine with it. But it's got the big C's sewn in, it's got a giant silver medallion, and yeah, it is authentic. It's got the Chanel lining, it's got a Chanel dust bag. I knew it was real when I bought it, and it was like going cheap, so I thought I'd just go for it, you know. And I thought it'd be quite a fun bag because it is quite trashed. I just thought it'd be quite a fun bag for like throwing all my crap in, and it's also quite lightweight again because it's kind of big and vinyl. So I just thought it'd be quite a good handy, like, shove all our stuff in, shove all of Mary's nappies and food and everything else in, and yeah, just not worry about it because it's already kind of trashed. So yeah, I thought it'd just be quite a handy like mum bag. And also I quite like the 80s oversizedness of it. I'm not usually a hobo bag kind of gal, and this is a bit more of a hobo bag, but I think because it's like Chanel and kind of, I don't know, it's kind of trashy in a way. I just thought it was quite fun and quite cool. But yeah, it is quite trashed. I do need to be careful because there's no like repairing this vinyl. It's just as it is. But yeah, I got it cheap, and I just thought it'd be a fun bag to add to my collection. So I figured, why not? Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. Here you go. I've just hung it off my door to kind of show you how it looks. But it's just a big, chunky, oversized hobo bag that I just thought would be kind of fun to add to my collection. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. So that is my next one. Oh, we're starting to get towards the end, but we've still got a fair few to go. I'm really embarrassed. So this one is one I'm not going to talk about too much, but basically it was really old, it was really trashed. It was originally cream, and no, it was originally like a beige, and I got it colour changed, just like almost as an experiment to see how colour changing would work and last. And actually I'm so glad I did, because I know now not to ever colour change another bag, because it's just not worked very well. It looked good for like the first couple of wears, and then it just looked really bad really quick. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cracked. You can see what colour it's meant to be underneath. Yeah, I would say never colour change a Chanel bag, and never buy a colour change Chanel bag, because I don't think it lasts very well. But yeah, it's kind of a cool vintage camera bag. Yeah, I almost feel like I should wear it more to a bit more trashed all over, because at the moment the front looks quite good, but the shoulder straps look awful, which is such a shame. Sometimes I just wish I'd kept it the colour it was, but I never wore it the colour it was, so it's a bit of a tricky one. But yeah, it was really cheap. I bought it pre-loved, and yeah, it was really trashed, so I thought I'd give it a go colour changing it. And I would never ever recommend colour changing another Chanel bag. I just don't think it works very well. By the way, if you're wondering what this is, it's one of those hooks that you put on a restaurant table to hang your bag off. I sometimes put it in my Chanel bags in case it's not a spare chair and I don't want to put my bag on the floor. I know that sounds really picky, but it's quite good in case you're ever anywhere and you don't want to like rest it on the table in case of like food or drink spilling, and yeah, you don't want to hang it off the back of your chair in case you get mugged. They're quite handy for just popping them, like not on the floor but just tucking them under the table. So yeah, that's what that was. But yeah, that's my next bag. And then this next one, it is absolutely beautiful, but it's not one I use very often. I actually filmed a video about it recently. Basically what happened was, it's so beautiful. The leather is dreamy. It's so special. Like, it's so special. But the only thing is, there's been quite a lot of colour transfer, and I only wore it a few times, and very quickly it looked very shabby. So I'm just going to show you the back quickly. I don't know if you can tell, but a lot of colour transfer has happened, and it's just kind of given me the fear of like using it and making it worse. I need to probably just get over myself and use it, but I don't know, I'm worried about making it worse, which is really dumb because it's not pristine, so I may as well just enjoy it and use it. But yeah, I love this bag, it's really special, but I do a little bit regret getting it because I kind of just wish I'd gone for it in black caviar. So yeah, anyway, there's a video about that, so watch that one. Oh my god, it's just like a pile of Chanel bags, like a Chanel graveyard down here. Okay, let's go for the next one. This one I bought at auction. It is very cute. It's like a 90s shorter length shoulder bag, little bit of a classic flap. It's a slightly different silhouette to what they normally do because it's more like a triangle here. It's very cute. It's quite a small size bag. Yeah, it's quite sweet. It's really cute. It's a caviar leather, so it's nice and hard wearing. It's got the gold tone hardware, which I think back when this was made would have actually been like real gold, gold plated, but real gold. I love this bag. I got it at auction. I actually got it for a really good price. Yeah, I kind of bought it on behalf of my sister because she really wanted it, and I was like, well, I'll you know, put in a bid, see if I get it, and if I do get it, you can buy it off me when you're ready. And that was about 2.5 years ago. I'm still kind of waiting for her to be like ready to buy it off me. I paid around £1,000 for this one, which I think is a really good price for it. It's probably gone up a little bit since then, but yeah, it's not one that I really use because I'm kind of keeping it back for my sister. But yeah, I'm not sure when she's going to be ready to buy it off me, but it's a very cute bag. And I got this at Bonham Auction House. So yeah, that is my next one. It's very sweet. It just like sits over like a little shoulder bag. It's quite smart. It's almost quite officey, but like retro office. Do you know what I mean? It's very cute. Anyway, that's my next one. Oh, I'm gonna go for this one. This was actually my first ever Chanel bag. This is one that I don't think they do anymore. It is the clutch with chain. Yeah, it's very cute. It's more of an evening bag, and then you can make it into a day bag by pulling out the chain. It's very cute. I don't know why, but I haven't used it for years. It's very cute. I think because I have the Wallon Chain, I tend to use the Wallon Chain instead of this one. And because I have the classic flat bag, I tend to use that one as well. And also the DeVille bag gets used loads. But yeah, it's very cute. It's a little bit more evening-y. It's very dressy. It's very cute. Yeah, it's really sweet. It is the calfskin leather, so I do have to be a bit more gentle with it. It's a gold tone hardware. It's got the same thickness of chain that the Wallon Chain has. And I think when this was purchased, it was around 1,100. Chanel, made in Italy, leather lined. It's very pretty. It's looking really good. I've looked after it. I've polished it. Being careful with it. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful bag. So that's my next one. Whew. And then I have one more to go. This is the final one. I've done a full video about this bad boy as well. Yeah, this one cost, when I got it, around £4,500, but which is an excessive amount. Like, it's excessive. It's a ludicrous amount to spend on a handbag. But now to buy the same bag, it would be like £7,500. So I feel like it's gone up a lot of money in that time. So yeah, I'm quite pleased that I have it. But it is like one of those bags where I'm like, oh my God, imagine buying it now. It would be insane. So yeah, this is the classic flat bag, and this is in, I think this is the jumbo size. It's about 30 centimeters across. If you compare it to the size of this one is the medium, which I would say is kind of like the most popular, most famous. And then this is the jumbo size. You can just see the difference. And then if I put the Wallon Chain next to it by comparison, you can see the Wallon Chain is here, the medium size is here, and the jumbo is here. So there's quite a big size difference. Also in terms of thickness, it is a thicker bag. Let me show you the difference between the two. So there's a lot more depth in the bigger one, which you would think would mean that it fits loads inside, but it actually doesn't fit as much inside as you think because it's got the double flap. But it is just the most beautiful bag. It's got the maroon lining, it's got the C's, it's got the double flap. It's just beautiful. This one is made in Italy. Most Chanel bags are made in either France or Italy. A couple of them are made in Spain, but yeah, that is kind of where they are generally made. But yeah, it's a beautiful bag. I generally wear it in the winter as a crossbody bag. And then if I wear it in the summer, I generally wear it with the double chain. I have done a full video about this bag, so it might be worth watching that instead, because that is like a full video. But yeah, that's it. That is my entire bag collection. I have been meaning to do this video for literally years. But yeah, I don't know what my favourites would be. There's quite a few to choose from. I would say my most used ones are the DeVille bag, which is just a really easy canvas tote. I would say the Wallon Chain is one of my most used bags. And then what other one? I've actually used this one quite a lot, but mainly in the last year because I use it as Mary's nappy bag, which is admittedly quite excessive. And then I would say after that I've probably used the boy bag the most, and then this one the most. I think that would be in my order. But then I've used the reissue bag quite a lot too. It's a tricky one. Anyway, that is my video. I hope it's of help. I hope it's of interest. Thank you so much. Let me know if you've got any questions. Yeah, I hope it was entertaining, and I hope I don't get trolled for having so many. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye.